Hey everybody, welcome back to Callus Crew Challenge numero dos. It is the round of 8, and it is Kristyl and Xray in a highly anticipated DPP matchup. So, Kristyl here must win to keep her team, Cryos B team, in the tournament, whereas Xray has a little bit of wiggle room. If he loses, it'll go to the final set, which would also appear on YouTube because it is a non-fairy gen set. That would be a GSC match between Conflict and Crying, which Conflict you would think is heavily favored to win. So as a whole, the RBY match that already played that you guys should have seen on the channel, that was actually Ima defeating Vileman. That was a match that really, on paper, needed to go the way of the Cryos B team. Now, as it stands, yes, Kristyl can beat Xray at DPP. She could also definitely lose to Xray at DPP. But then the GSC match is a real challenge. Can Crying really beat Conflict in a GSC best of 3? It's an uphill battle for the Cryos B team. Gator Guild with the match lead, probably the overall favorite to make it out of their bracket given where we are at this time. But the team waiting for them on the other side has already been determined, so one of these teams, either the Cryos B team or the Gator Guild, will go to the semifinals, and they know who their opponents would be. So let's see if Kristyl can give Crying a shot in GSC. Anything can happen in Pokemon. You might as well give your teammate a chance, even if they're not favored. Or if Xray can make all of that moot and just end it right here and send the Gator Guild through to the semifinals. Here's some DPP action between a DPP main and a DPP veteran. Should be a good one. Krystyl's on the bottom. She's going to lead with a Tar. Xray's on the top, and he's going to lead with a Starmie. Kristyl going to stay in, go for the crunch. We discover that Meta, which switches in for Xray, does have leftovers. Going to establish rocks. And Starmie reappears. That's going to get burnt, but natural cure. Not going to care too much about that. Does have to, of course, be worried about electric attacks on the other side. Out of the way, Starmie goes. T-Tar comes in. Shadow Ball bounces off, and now Rotom might be in trouble here. Gonna eat a crunch and die. Pokemon advantage to Xray in game 1. Tar on Tar, here's Meta, and rocks come down for Kristyl. So both have rocks, but Xray is simply up them on. Meteor Mash on Skarm now, newly revealed for Kristyl. That, of course, has lefties as well. And here comes Magnezone for Xray. Immediately whirlwinded out. T-Tar reappears now. And Kristyl out of the way, not wanting Zone to come back in. Goes to her Gliscor and eats a non-crit Stone Edge. Crit would have killed there. And there's Roost. So Gliscor back up to almost full health, and Starmie comes in potentially with an Ice Beam threat. Goes for Rapid Spin instead. That's going to connect. No more spikes for the time being. Tar could potentially reestablish here. Instead, opts for Pursuit. Down goes the Starmie. Just like that, we've got a tie game. Mash is going to threaten out the T-Tar. Meteor Mash is going to connect on Gliscor instead. Didn't find an attack raise, but Earthquake here well short. Looking like a 3-hit KO on Meta. Meta's also got the advantage of being able to potentially get an attack raise. But that's not going to be the way it goes. It's going to be Roost and Boom for a trade, leaving us in a 4-4 situation with 2 unrevealeds for both. Kristyl going to reestablish rocks, but then immediately be killed by Superpower in the Tar Mirror match. So the advantage again, seemingly up half a step throughout most of this game, is Xray. However, he again gets his Magnezone whirlwinded away, trying to trap the Skarm. Gengar back to Zone. And finally, this trap should be successful. Spikes go down, but the Skarm should die, and it does. Xray even further ahead now at 4-2. Kristyl at this point goes to Clefable and is immediately crit. Good thing she goes soft-boiled here. Metal Sound is going to put her between a rock and a hard place. What wants to switch into T-Bolt now? Apparently nothing. Apparently she sees her only out as fishing for a crit flamethrower, which she does not find. And pending the last poke is a setup mon and makes a stand. We're going to be done here. Milo is not going to get her out of this game. T-Bolt Ice Beam, fishing for a freeze, doesn't get it, but it wouldn't have been enough regardless. Magnezone just has to click T-Bolt one more time. That's that. And pretty convincingly, kind of a one-sided affair. Xray is going to take game one and put the Gator Guild one game away from earning their spot in the semifinals. Let's go to game two, but before we do, let me tell you, please do hit the like button and the subscribe button if you've been enjoying the content on my channel. More importantly than that, however, we need donations for the tour. That is the premise of the bit. There's a lot of reasons to join my Discord server. You can hang out with the players, you can play my trivia bot, you can keep up with all my upcoming tournaments, including potentially Callus Invitational 7. You can watch all the replays from this tour and from all the past tours that I've hosted. There's a lot of stuff you could do in my Discord server, so you should join it either way. But the big thing is you can donate to this tour. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe, it's simple, it's through PayPal, no shenanigans here. All you have to do is click on the donation link, any number you can afford, $5, $10, it all really adds up, it goes straight to the players. PayPal takes a super small chunk, and every other penny of it goes to the players. I don't keep anything. We're trying to hit a target number of $900 total for the tour. We're at $760 something right now. Really need a boost. If you can afford to throw anything towards supporting the tour, if this tour has been worth 5-10 minutes, if it has provided you $5 to $10 worth of entertainment, then please repay us in kind. All goes to the players. It all is a cycle that keeps me hosting these tours on a going forward basis. Anyhow, Conflict and Crying is the match that Kristyl wants to force, but she's going to need to rattle off 2 in a row against Xray to even give her teammate a chance. Back very much against the wall now for the Cryos B team. Gator Guild looking to get into top 4. 1 game away from doing it here. 2 chances for Xray. Here is game 2. Krystyl's on the bottom again. This time she'll lead with Rachi. Xray, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, will lead for the 2nd time in a row with Starmie, but makes a very different choice on turn 1 this time, opting for a T-Wave, which does connect with Lottie. However, took a nice chunk from U-turn on turn 1 in the process. Loom comes in for Kristyl, gets a successful Spore off against something that presumably does not have Sleep Talk, and instantly Focus Punch crits and kills Bronzong. Advantage clearly with Kristyl in the early stages of this one, though it should be noted there are 2 paralyzed Pokemon on her side as well. Both the Lottie and the Jirachi have been hit with T-Wave from that Starmie. Rocks are established from Heatran. Xray immediately gets Starmie in and tries to rapid spin them away, but it's blocked by Rotom here, so those spikes are going to stay in the meantime. And a good double switch for Kristyl to get Loom in here. That's going to be an issue for Xray as well. Something might have to take Spore. Superpower does a lot, but comes up short. And it is Spore. Interesting. Had she just attacked there, Tower would be dead, but this is still going to probably result in a follow-up Focus Punch. No, she switches it up to Seed Bomb, actually. Neither one would have been that exciting against Lottie. Resisted either way. And Magnezone comes in now. Catches Rachi, which is probably what Xray was looking for. So, making plays to try to come back in this game. Rachi's trapped, but that won't prevent it from U-turning out, which is what happens. And now Heatran's trapped, but he's trapped in a good matchup. And he's going to Flamethrower the Magnezone down. Kristyl furthers the lead now in a game that she must win to keep her team, the Cryos B team, in the tournament. Starmie dies for Xray, so now it's an even bigger lead, 6-3 now. Kristyl really ahead throughout basically every stage of this game so far, though Scizor does have a shot here, gets the SD off, and Bullet Punch there, not that it needed priority, will be enough. Doesn't have anything for Heatran though. Bullet Punch there wouldn't do it, and Heatran's gonna be faster. Obviously, Flamethrower, had it connected with Scizor, would cook it there. So Xray, no choice but to flee. Healing Wish gets Scizor back up to full. It's threatening the Bullet Punch KO on Loom. And Krystyl's gonna stay in and make him do it. Not gonna allow a free SD. but it doesn't prevent the problem of Heatran is still faster, and even the berry will not keep Scizor alive. Kristyl going to take this one pretty comfortably. This was another quick one. First one was 25 turns. This one just 22 turns. DPP moving along generally at a pretty good pace these days, though stall on stall can be a grind. Krystyl's team, for now, lives to fight another day, but Kristyl must win this Game 3 as well to send us to GSC crying versus conflict. Otherwise, the Gator Guild, if Xray wins, will be through to the semifinals. Third and final between these two players. Kristyl on the bottom for the third time. This time she's going to opt for Heatran, and Xray is going to switch it up, and he's got Empoleon. So he's led Waters all 3 times, but it was Starmie before. Now it's Empoleon, and based on that damage, I believe it might be Choice Specs. Loom is going to find itself paralyzed, which is not ideal, but Zapdos is going to take a nap as well. Superpower there, neutral on Rachi. Pretty good chunk, 41%. And here's Gengar coming in and whiffing the body slam. Double back to Cheetar. Good switching here for Xray. Gets that in cleanly on a protect. But now it's back to Empoleon, who is going to just resist the Iron Head and I think not gain lefties. Like I said, I think it's got specs. To be doing that amount of damage to Blissey, it's gotta, right? Nevertheless, Krystyl's going to establish Rocks, the first player to get hazards down. And she's going to go to Rachi now, but the hazards are quickly matched by Xray as he also gets Rocks down. Body Slam does find the 60-40 para, but between the para and the imperfect accuracy, Fire Blast still connects. Decent chunk to Rachi. Empoleon reappears on the Wish turn. Can just protect here if Kristyl wants the Rachi to take the lefties, and that is what she decides. By the lefties, I mean the Wish, and Rachi is back to full health. Breloom comes into a Hydro Pump here. It is quite low now. But Focus Punch threat. Gonna outright kill the other Loom in one shot. So Kristyl makes something out of nothing. And that is the kill. The first kill of this Game 3. Kristyl with a 6-5 advantage. Flygon now gonna whiff EQ. Could have got him with Draco Meteor there. Empoleon reappears, and Zapdos just going to kill a sleep turn. Now Starmie comes in. Again, it is just Surf. That actually hit pretty good. Starmie can Rapid Spin here, but it'll die doing so. And Xray wisely is going to keep up the pressure. No free Rapid Spin here. Going to keep forcing recovers. Going to keep threatening a potential critical hit. Here's Cheetar. Rapid Spin does get down, but now the Starmie might be killed by the Tar. It's not Pursuit on the way out. It's just Rocks again, so all that effort to spin it away, only to have them immediately reestablished. Ironhead does clip Gaur on the way in, though, and leave it pretty low. Substitute an Ironhead again, setting up what could be a good pain split, potentially, for Xray. Here's Loom, just in case he does try to do that. And that's a fail Will-O-Wisp, but Gengar going to be faster than Loom here. And Shadow Ball, or just about anything else, will suffice. 5-5 game, 1 unrevealed in the back for both. Not anymore. Kristyl shows her own Starmie. And Psychic there is anticipating the Gaur that does not come. Rapid Spin gets off. Will it cost the Starmie its life? Indeed. There's Crunch. And Xray, who can eliminate Kristyl here with a win, takes the lead in this crucial Game 3. Ironhead coming down. And Protect to scout what it locks on, which is just Surf. It hasn't shown anything but Surf and Hydro Pump thus far. That Surf is pretty meaty at 57%. Going to try to pass that to Bliss, who's safe from anything but a crit. And indeed, it was not a critical hit there. Now, Rachi comes in. That is the last poke previously unrevealed for Xray. So the full team's known for both. Xray up him on right now. Fishes for a Fire Punch burn. Doesn't get it. It's Kristyl with the RNG on her side. Dodges the burn and gets the 60-40 power that she's hoping for. And manages to not get paralyzed by the body slam. Couple of key turns there for Kristyl in which she gets the RNG that she's fishing for. There's Protect. And Empoleon again chooses to lock on Surf. Here's Bliss. And 26%. Bliss should be safe here to get a soft-boiled off. Or not. Or a better damage roll and a critical hit there. Last one did 26. Had the damage roll been the same with the crit, that's only 52. She would have been fine. So that was a high damage roll and a critical hit. Unlucky for Kristyl. Lucky for Xray. That puts Kristyl at a tough spot. She's down a poke, though she does kill Tar here to make it 3-3. This game closer than it potentially needs to be. It's going to be tight, and if Xray pulls it out, his team is through to the semifinals, and the Cryos B team is eliminated. Surf and Wish now. No choice but to protect and take your own wish. Getting Rachi back up to 100% after lefties, but these Surfs are the real deal. 58% that one did. There's Protect. Yeah, I mean, as long as Rachi avoids a crit on these unprotected turns, which so far it has managed to do, but based on the damage roll, the crit would absolutely kill the Rachi every time. We end up Rachi on Rachi, but Xray is paralyzed for the time being. Though, of course, between Body Slam or Fire Punch, Xray could also find a status effect. He goes to Empoleon here. Iron Head just 7%. And it's going to be Hydro Pump rather than Surf this time, which could possibly be PP stalled out. There's Protect. And here comes Heatran, hoping to come in on a Fire Punch. Not clear if Xray went for that or not. But Eruption is going to end the day for Rachi, and Kristyl, right at the end where it really counts, is going to get the lead for the first time in this game. Missed opportunity for Xray. He goes for the safe U-turn. Had he clicked Draco Meteor there, Zapdos would be gone. Leaves us in a 2-3. And Hydro Pump connects again, but again, that can maybe be PP stalled out. Rachi has the option here to try to flinch it down, and goes for it. And that's just a flat-out 60-40. And then, of course, you have to factor in Hydro Pump accuracy as well. But so far, Kristyl keeping the Rachi alive. It is going to require some more Iron Head magic. And 2 times out of 2, she has found the flinch. There's Protect and Hydro Pump. She's got a shot. Iron Head again looking for the flinch. Nope. Hydro Pump does land that time through the flinch possibility and the accuracy. Rachi is no more for Kristyl. Tight endgame at 2-2 here. Zapdos going to wake and roost. Staring down Flygon now. Going to go for Thunder Punch. Not exciting. And there is Hidden Power for the KO. Only Empoleon remaining here. And all that has to happen is a Thunderbolt from Kristyl. She is going to keep the Cryos B team alive and send us to a deciding GSC match between Conflict and Crying. This one clearly could have gone either way. Pretty tight. 2 very good, very experienced DPP players. But the expected outcome, in the eyes at least of our prediction thread, is the outcome that we got in this one. Kristyl with the victory in a tight set, 2-1 over Xray. That is 1 match apiece for Cryos B team. And for the Gator Guild, GSC has not played yet at the time of this recording. It's going to come down to Conflict for Gator Guild and Crying for Cryos B team. Looking forward to seeing that match. You guys think that Conflict has a big edge? Will it be an upset, or will it play out exactly as you guys think? Gonna have to stay tuned to find out, and the way to do that is to join the damn Discord server. Or, if you want to catch it on YouTube, click the subscribe button. I'm happy with either of those things. Appreciate you guys watching. I will see you in the next video.